Most of us have probably fantasized about moving abroad while starting a new career or a new life half across the globe. Sounds exciting and glamorous. There are a lot of factors to consider, including how your wallet and your quality of life could be affected. According to the Expat Insider 2017 survey compiled by the expat-focused website Internations, Taiwan was ranked the fourth top destination for expats, beaten only by Bahrain, Costa Rica, and Mexico. The result may surprise many who often grumble about Taiwan's high housing price-to-income ratio and long working hours. But the report, which required 13,000 participants to rate more than 40 different aspects of life abroad, shows that Taiwan actually comes second in the Quality of Life Index, one of the 5 indexes that make up the survey, and was first in the health and well-being category, as Taiwan has world-class and maybe more importantly, affordable healthcare and infrastructure.
From my perspective, perhaps that I think we could really simplify the process for foreigners to apply for their working visa in Taiwan. I think for other side of that, the foreigners are eligible to Medicare, which is a good thing for us as the foreigners, because that really just reduces our burden on medical expenses comparing to other countries such as the United States, where we all know that the medical expense is really high. And in Taiwan, you're not surprised to see that the level of medical services and also the knowledge of the doctors are generally high. And this also gives the foreigners comfort that they are receiving a world-class medical services here in Taiwan at the affordable services and price.
We need to recognize the urban-non-urban development gap in Taiwan. And I think that the majority of expatriates are living in the urban areas, mainly in Taipei City. So for them, traveling around is not a big problem because of the very convenient local transportation system in terms of buses, in terms of MRT system, and all other supplementary system, for example, taxis. But if you go outside of Taipei City, it's a different story. So I think that's not being shown in the survey, but we need to take note of it.
Although Taiwan remained among the top 5 places for expatriates, it lost its top spot from the previous survey in 2016. Taiwan honestly is seriously lacking talented expats who can help to boost Taiwan's competitiveness. On the other hand, Taiwan also needs immigration, as it has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. Currently, there are around 450,000 foreigners working in Taiwan, and most of them are blue-collar workers, and there are only 20,000 white-collar workers, which are limited to mainly English teaching jobs and marketing or sales. Many believe that the current immigration laws and work permit requirements actually deter rather than attract foreign workers and restrict any true growth on the island. If Taiwan wants to grow to become the Silicon Valley of Asia, then it must quickly evolve its immigration law to allow more foreign talents and workers to come to Taiwan.
The urban development, I think, is an issue because that ultimately will affect whether we can find affordable living space here. I think if you look around Taipei, you can see that there's not many new developed residential development. I think that also makes foreigners to feel that sometimes it's really not that convenient or easy to find a space to live. And also, I think the infrastructure-wise is great. I mean, no one's complained about the transport here in Taipei because we have a world-class MRT systems. But I think apart from that, what we really need is perhaps a more friendly environment for the foreigners. For example, we should create a lot of foreigner-friendly events, and also I think it's also important to also embed the awareness of English as a second language generally in Taiwan. We have a lot of young people in Taiwan that speak reasonably good English, but then I think it's also important that we also embed that element into the elementary school, perhaps in the syllabus, so that we're all aware that English as a second language, and we all comfortably speak with the foreigners and also interact with them.
To remedy the serious brain drain in Taiwan and counter aggressive talent poaching by neighboring countries, Taiwan has proposed legislation to help attract and retain foreign white-collar workers. The main provisions we relax some current restrictions on the hiring of foreign professionals, improve their living conditions and tax break incentives. The announcement that foreigners will no longer have to renounce their birth citizenship to obtain Taiwanese nationality is also a cause for celebration. Many foreigners would love to stay in Taiwan on a longer-term basis as people are friendly, they feel safe, and we have relatively better language skills.
Now they come for the second time. They were saying that the more and more taxi drivers can actually talk in English, or even if they need help, like in the restaurants or even with the waitress buying stuff, there's English manuals, and then there's also more awareness to English in Taiwan. So they don't find any problems with communication in Taiwan nowadays.
But of course, language skills alone are not enough to retain foreign workers and talents here in Taiwan. It's evident as the United States dropped from 26th place to the bottom half of the rankings this year, partly because expats feel worried about the political uncertainty. Besides, China has been slipping down the rankings on attractiveness to the expats from 48th place to the 55th place out of the 65 countries this year. The biggest issue respondents has was with pollution. The study actually concluded that China's fast-growing economy and attractive career opportunities have come at an expense of public health. It may be undeniable that Taiwan lags behind in global talent recruitment, but the island has its own strengths and is in a reasonably robust position of talent readiness. In the meantime, Taiwan should also be more open by allowing foreign workers and students to come to the island. Therefore, the policy reform should happen now. After all, it's better late than never.